Dear students, I am Sanju Hazdia, Assistant Professor of English at Government College Ratanagar. Today I am going to explain Gabriel Okara's poem Once Upon a Time's first four stanzas. So pay heed towards the stanzas. Our first stanza is Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes blow cold eyes search behind my shadow. So this is the first stanza of the poem Once Upon a Time, composed by Nigerian poet Gabriel Okara. The poem is a comment on society through a monologue from a father to a son, which bemoans the loss of innocence in the transition from child to adult and a desire to revert back to that blissful childhood. So, what is the wish of father? He is saying, once upon a time, it was the time. He is nostalgic in remembering his past days. Once upon a time, it was the time. Beginning of the poem, as the story opens, it shows that it was in the past, not in present times. He is addressing his son. They used to laugh with their hearts. People means they means they means the people in olden days laugh with their hearts, laughed with real happiness and joy, and laugh with their eyes, and they laugh. People laughed with the glowing eyes. This was happiness in their eyes. But now they only laugh with their teeth. But in present times, now the people laugh with their teeth only, not by heart. While their eyes block cold eyes, while their eyes are ice block, means eyes without emotions and happiness. Search behind my shadow, and they are searching. Search, look for shadow, the past days or childhood of the poet. So, poet's father means here narrator's father is searching behind his shadow, means he is searching his olden days, his past days, his childhood days, when people used to laugh with their eyes, with their hearts, and now people are laughing but not by their heart. So I think you understood it, and now we are heading towards next stanza. There was a time indeed they used to shake hands with their hearts, but that's gone, sir. Now they shake hands without hearts, while their left hand search my empty pockets. There was a time. There was a time indeed. Now father is saying to his son, there was a time indeed, means really, there was a time really. They used to shake, they means people used to shake, they used to shake hands with their hearts. So they showed their heartly warmth with their hands. With their hands means they used to shake their hands with warmth, physically, not heartily or mentally. That's gone. Those days are gone. He is saying to his son, that's gone, means that days are gone. Now they shake hands without hearts. Now they are shaking their hands, means there is no heartly warmth and happiness. While their left hand search, people try to find out, search empty pockets. What they are searching? Search my empty pockets. People are interested how much money or wealth does the person has whom they meet. So money is important for persons, not the emotions. So I think you understood. And now our third stanza. Feel at home, come again, they say. And when I come again and feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice, for then I find doors shut on me. So this is very, very pathetic situation. What type of people are in present? Feel at home. To feel at ease. When I start feel at ease, means by this we can understand that the poet is reminding us of how we invite people to our homes and for tea. Then he later says, and when I come again and feel at home. So come again. Whenever a person comes at our house, we say come again. It is the situation of a present person. So they say, and when I come again, and they say come again, and when I come again and feel at home and feel at ease, once, twice, and it happens only once or twice. There will be no thrice, but thrice this will not happen. Means, and when I come again and feel at home once, twice, there will be no thrice. By saying this, the poet means that when the invited person does feel at home once, then it is okay. When he does this a second time, then it is also accepted. But when he tries the third time, well, there will be no third time. As in, the person inviting will not allow you to come, as he goes on to say, for then I find the doors shut on me. And then I will find the doors are shut on me. So, in this stanza, the poet is saying that when people invite each other for tea, for dinner, or just to her house, then they will allow them to come a couple of times with pleasure, but after a while, they will get fed up and slam the door shut on you. In other words, not allow you to come into their house. So, conclusion of this stanza is, when the people say come again to a guest, they don't really mean it. They only say it to be polite. Now they don't like coming of any guest more than 2 times. So I think you understood it. And now fourth stanza. So I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses, home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. So father is telling his son that he has also learned the worldly manners. So I have learned many things. I have learned many things means many changes in behavior and attitude. I have learned to wear many faces, and I have also learned to wear many faces for affectation, faces for different occasions, like dresses. As we wear different dresses for different occasions, in the same manner a person also wears many faces according to the situation. Home face, look at home, and office face, look for office. Street face for street, host face for hosting, cocktail face. So there are different type of faces with all their confirming smiles, smiles that welcome and greet, like a fixed portrait smile. People use a fixed smile for others as the smile remain fixed in portrait. So the father is saying to his son, I have learned to wear many faces, which shows that he has adapted to using different faces for different occasions. When he goes on to saying some of the occasions and their faces, for example, office face, street face, then he finally goes on to say like a fixed portrait smile, which indicates that all these faces never change and it is like a smile fixed for its own occasion. Summing up, means has been focused on how people tend to change their facial expressions for different occasions and how for each occasion people tend to have a different smile like a fixed picture that never changes. So conclusion of this stanza is, people have adopted a system of holding a specific artificial smile for each occasion. So I think you understood it, and I will explain last 3 stanzas in my next video. Thanks for watching this video.